Greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again on another conscious evolution. I don't know, this thing is level. Better. Yeah. Thank you, friends, for joining us. Today's stream topic is titled The Weight of Decisions. Yesterday, we spent a lot of our time at home. It was very nice. Me and Joe shared some coffee. We shared conversations. We shared a meal. And then after the day almost like concluded around 5 p.m., we went down to go and be present for Elias's graduation. It's a preschool graduation. It was like a bunch of preschool kids sitting in a row. They did a little dance. I'm pretty sure they taught them sign language. I'm pretty sure they taught them sign language. They sign language, the alphabet. A is for apple. Apple. Sign languaging the whole thing. Kind of cute, kind of cringe at the same time. Who taught them sign? I think the preschool taught them sign language, actually. The last of the survivors. And welcome, friend. It's nice having you here. I think it's the preschool. They did like a little other dance, and then they had to come and introduce themselves on the microphone and say to the crowd what they want to be when they grow up, you know? And maybe I'll stop and talk about that for a second. The weight of decisions is today's stream topic. And the weight of the decision of what you want to be when you grow up is one that's pretty heavy, right? I still am trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up. So in that way, right, asking a child, and I think they're like 5 years old, 5 or 6 years old, at the oldest 6 years old. Asking them a question like that, asking them to be able to articulate what it is they want to be, was interesting for me to hear, right? Thinking about their little minds. And then listening to these kids' answers in perspective to what they might end up being, right? There was one kid who wanted to be a bus driver, which I think is a really noble pursuit, right? Like getting to be of service like that. But at the same time, they told us at the end of their little kid graduation that they're going to graduate high school in the year 2039. And I hear that number and I'm like, you know what? These kids are going to graduate 2039. And then of course, at least this is my perspective, but of course, there won't be any bus driver jobs, right? The buses are going to drive themselves in the year 2039, right? I, of course, didn't talk to that child, but I was thinking it. I was like, 2039 is sobering, right? The last of the survivors, I was like, what? I graduated 2016. What do you mean? What do you mean there's people in front of me right now that's going to graduate 2039? I'm going to be 40. I'm going to be 41. 40, yeah, 41 when they graduate. When they're ready to start becoming adults, I'm going to be mega unk. You know? Which is fine. This is fine. Perfectly fine. However, a bunch of the other kids wanted to be firefighters. So many of them. Do we ever stop growing? I feel like that's the wrong question to ask children. Agreed. The last of the survivors, especially in a world where we're heading towards mega automation, right? In their lifetimes, by the year 2039, robots will be proliferating, right? In every single one of our industry. There will be so many, there will probably, and I might be capping, but I legitimately believe there will be more robots on Earth than there will be humans at that point. Hey Wes, and hey Indigo, welcome friend, Echo. I'm going to graduate in 2032. If they're 2039 and they're 5 or 6, that's +7. So you're 13. Echo the Fury echo the Fury Bean. Let me know. And blessings to you. Good luck, dear friend. Same, like hearing about kids talking about being born when I was in middle school. Exactly. It is a stark, sobering. I think you said that correctly. Very, very sobering to be like, oh, I guess that is the circumstance. That is how it's gonna be. So many of those kids want to be firefighters when they grow up. Right? So many of them wanted to be firefighters when they grow up. I was in part thinking that some of the kids are gonna have to be fire starters. I'm joking, of course, but it was kind of like a stark contrast of like, I think maybe like 9 or something, 9 kids, if not more, wanted to be firefighters. So many of the girls, some of the girls wanted to be their mom, which was very cute. Some of the girls wanted to be makeup artists, which I was like, I guess you could actually be a makeup artist at that point. That job will definitely still exist. Some of them wanted to be teachers, which I also think is cool. Some of them, most of the girls, not a single boy wanted to be a dentist. But some of the girls, 2 girls, wanted to be dentists, which was also pretty interesting to me. One of the girls wanted to be a doctor. None of the boys wanted to be doctors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it was very stark, right? Today's stream topic is about the weight of decisions. And these kids are being asked to start coming to these conclusions, right? Yeah, they're 5 years old and they're like, yeah, I have to know what I want to be when I grow up.
It's like, damn, I still don't know what I want to be.
Right? It is wild. And then afterwards, we went to her family's place, Show's family's place. We had dinner and
Celebrated Mark's birthday with some American beef jerky.
yeah, I was pretty hungry at the moment, but I actually enjoyed that beef jerky. In fact, I was thinking about eating more of it already. I'm like,
That's one of my favorites.
I could go for some beef jerky right now. I think because I've been so far separated from biltong.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been a minute. Like the reason why I don't think you liked it so much before is because we were literally beside. We had biltong
Side by side, yeah, which is not fair.
Yeah, not fair.
That's like comparing.
Comparing prime rib to a McDonald's burger.
It's like comparing all of the other Mustangs to the year 90 Mustangs. Some of the friends will know what I'm talking about. So every single one of the Mustang bodies are like super nice. And then the year 90 Mustangs, they basically made them like sedans.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty much like that. Right? It's still a Mustang, damn it. It's still a Mustang. But you can't compare them. It's not fair. Not exactly fair. Hi, Indy. I'm 12 and a half. Nice. I'm watching from the Philippines right now. We got a friend from the Philippines.
Okay, Philippines jeans.
Yeah, she's 50 Philippines.
Can I? Okay, depending on.
Half and half. Oh, thank you for joining us, dear friends. We got OG, the Kid D, here with us too. GSF OG passing by. My name is Yugal. Welcome, Yugal. Thank you for joining us here. The weight of decisions. I feel that I'm getting to a point that I have a lot of decisions to make right now. So much more energy now, but so much limits, and I'm learning to.
Is this Kid D?
No, this is Indy. Saying mistakes will be catastrophic. Maybe, right? Especially if you are making decisions that affect other people. And I think that is probably a part of the struggle for you as well, maybe, Indy. right? Is that you know that your decisions will affect those around you. But mistakes are opportunities to learn at the end of the day as well.
I think the only mistake is not making a decision.
Mm.
If
Yeah,
if you make a decision, you just gotta give yourself grace, knowing that you made that decision with the best information that you did the best that you could.
yeah.
You went with the decision, you gotta go with it. Don't step back after you've made it. Sometimes there's still some room to step back, but
Learn.
oftentimes there's not.
Learn from your decisions, right? It is heavy. I think it is heavy, especially since uh, we're in our current world. When you think about like the career path fractal, and I think that's why it's so, at least in my mind, I don't want to use the word evil, but
Unfair.
misplaced, unfair. I think that's a good word. Yeah, unfair to like ask kids to have that wherewithal, because the way our systems are built is that you're now supposed to study, and then at least from my school, I don't know if it's the same thing in America, you pick your subjects, right? You have to, I think you do pick your subjects, right?
High school, you
High
do.
school, yeah. In high school for us as well, you get to pick your subjects, and then that constricts you, and then depending on the subjects that you picked, you get into university, and then you have to now study for 4 more years, constricting yourself even more into a certain path. And then by the time these kids get out of there, they realize they've never known what is what, right? And I think that,
They've never known what is what. Yeah, ain't that the truth? You don't know, you just have an idea.
just like blindly
And
walking into
like the
adulthood,
ideas aren't even based on, it's not based on any experience, it's based on this grand explanation that you've been given by somebody else.
right? Like thinking about all of the firefighter
It's
boys,
so inaccurate too.
like, and I hope, this is my mind. I hope that there won't be that much need for firefighters at that point. But so many of them wanted to be firefighters.
I
And
bet that made my brother proud.
me too. It made me proud as well, thinking like, yeah, these little kids wanna, because again, that's the perspective that they've probably been given.
Want to save
Fire
the world.
Firefighters are heroes. Yeah, they literally save people's lives. So in that way, it is kind of noble.
I don't think the intention is bad to ask the kids in that way, like try to make them make a decision. I think it's more for the cuteness of the parents to be like, "What do you want to be when I grew up?" And this little girl's like, "I want to be my mommy.
I want to be my mommy. That was the
I
cutest
want to be
answer.
my brother." The
Yeah.
first kid's like, "I want to be fire."
I want to be fire. I'm like, okay,
All
well,
the other kids are gonna be like, "I'm gonna be a firefighter." It's like, I guess those kids are fighting.
everyone is gonna be fighting this one kid.
I'm rooting for that one kid.
That kid was like, I don't know if you noticed, but he was like constantly doing yoga, pretty much. He was on the ground in like,
That kid was you, wasn't it?
probably, like there was, you can actually like see the different developmental stages in all of those kids as well. Like, even though all of them were graduating the same space, none of them were in the same place, right? Like seeing Elias next to all of the other kids, right? I knew he was little, but
I didn't know he was so
yeah,
little.
he's like half the size of the kid that was next to him.
Literally.
Literally half the size, right? Probably in mass as well. It was kind of interesting, again, just to like see the contrast. I read a book. I'm trying to remember. I think it was. Uh, it's escaping me the title of it, but one of the key themes in the book was essentially exploring what makes a successful person. And the book starts by talking about the correlations that we have seen in childhood, where with the preschool, kind of like you're still so young. Like the child that was born in January is literally a year, right? They've developed 15% more in their life.
Kind of like this mental scale of
Yeah.
relativity. It's like the mental capacity is relative to like
When they were born, kind of thing. Like, and how much, and again, it's a compounding thing, right? So if they get into school at the same time and they're end of year student, they fall behind slowly but surely. And that over the data set and over long times ends up affecting them, right? They end up being less successful because, again, of the way our systems are built and the way that our decisions are forced upon us. Like in a parent, in South Africa, some parents will do that. If their child is born in January, they'll put them in school the next year. You're one of those.
I was an old kid.
No.
Hmm.
Did you feel cool though? We had a few kids in our
No, I
class.
felt sad because everybody got to celebrate their birthday, and mine was in the summer. So
Oh. Did you get to like bring cake to school in your school?
they were celebrated. Birthdays were definitely celebrated. The kids got candy and stuff, or they got something. Yeah,
Every
for
one
the
of my
birthday.
birthdays, my mom baked the whole cake that I took
Damn,
to
everybody
class.
loved your birthday.
Oh yeah. People would literally use their rulers to scrape the pans afterwards because it was like chocolate cake.
Man, I
Yeah.
wish you were in my class.
Maybe in the next life. We got Indigo saying, wait, the decision is the other one. Bro, one coffee, please. I'm like trying to catch up as well right now.
Does that come back?
No, that's a friend, new friend, Pong. I think the correct question to ask your children is, what is a job that you would like to have? You want to just read the chat?
I'm just reading.
What is a job that you would like to have when you grow up? That wouldn't pressure a child into trying to plan out their whole lives as a 5-year-old.
Right.
I think that is a better question. At the same time, right, I think these kids also are not completely there yet when it comes to their conversational ability. Like some of them couldn't like really string the whole sentence together.
They just got froze by the microphone. They're like,
Yeah, and then the teacher was like, "When I grow up,
It's like, what's
I
your
want to
name?
be."
Tell
Yeah,
them your name.
tell them your name. Looks at the teacher, looks back. My name is Manana Manana.
Not even my name is. They're just like,
Yo,
Sarah.
Sarah. That and like I was like really trying to lock in and listen because I was curious. I was like, what are they gonna say? And then the mumbling as well. Like,
Dentist.
dentist. I want to be an animation artist.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that sounds cool. I'm watching
You
from the
can start at
Philippines.
that at any time. That's one of those cool things where it's like, yeah, if you want to be an artist, like start
No,
now.
the sooner you start, the better, actually. We got Sam saying, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a princess. I think one of the kids also said princess.
Really?
I think one of the girls said princess. And when I was a teenager, I wanted to be a
Really?
yoga teacher. The universe is funny.
Now you're both.
Now you're princess yoga teacher. Just like that. And mom, even at the same time. I'm 14 right now. Welcome, friend. Thank you for joining us from the Philippines. I was, slash am, at a point of stress, but getting more to be excited about, and I'm feeling alive. But I think I will get to a point where reality will hit me again, and I will level out again. I'm sure.
Ebbs and flows.
Yeah, I mean,
And the ability to stay balanced through them. Not let the ebbs or the flows like take you too far out of you. Right?
yeah. That, and I also want to almost like encourage you to not,
Not
to not believe that it will be worse, right? Like she's saying, she's getting to a point, she is stressed, but she's feeling more excited and she's feeling alive. But she thinks she'll get to a point where reality will hit her again, right? And that she's going to level out. I think it is possible for you to stay in this excitement and this alive feeling, right? And what that's going to look like for you, I'm not to say. You have joined us for the yoga.
excitement and alive. Yeah, I mean, it's great to feel the excitement and aliveness. This is just my opinion. I think it's okay that that excitement and aliveness isn't there 100% of the time.
That I agree with. Yeah.
Like if we get attached to that excitement and aliveness being there 100% of the time, like ebbs and flows do happen. Sometimes things do happen and they do almost want to like knock us down a notch, like reality hitting, like just life happens, and you do got to get back up and you will find that aliveness again because like what was the saying? When it's basically like when things are good, be grateful that they're good because things change, and whenever you're feeling low, this is the sentiment. Be patient because this too shall pass kind of thing. Like everything is always constantly changing. It's it's one of those things that like whenever you do fall, recognizing that you are capable of getting back up as well. But in the upness, staying humble because knowing sometimes it falls. This isn't a forever thing.
Nothing is promised.
Yeah, and it's the contrast that allows us to be grateful for both of them. Because whenever you are way up on the high, you're like, man, I'm glad I know what it's like to feel low because otherwise I wouldn't be able to feel this high.
My mind is trying to like visualize it as like a stepping.
Yeah, no, totally. It is kind of like it's one of these things. It's not, it goes up and then down and up and then down. Like ideally, in the long term, the scale would look like the graph is going up, but it's gonna go up and down and up and down, and you're just gonna,
Oscillating,
yeah.
you know. And again, manifestation, like we talked day before yesterday, is about setting almost like a location in your mind, right? Like a GPS coordinate, knowing that what you want for yourself is a life of fulfillment, a life of happiness, a life of joy. And then, even though you might not, as Joe said, every day be or nonstop be in that state, knowing that that is still your objective, that is still your goal for yourself and for your life. Watching from India, thank you for joining us. I learned English when I was 10 years old by playing Roblox. And that's kind of cool,
That's
actually.
interesting.
And I generally hate Roblox, actually. Like
It's kind of a dangerous
yeah, I
platform.
think it's deplorable. But knowing that kids are learning how to speak English is kind of cool. Can you live stream make my channel monetize easily? I have subs. Yes, I have the authority to monetize other people's channels. It is hard, as per God. Yeah, you have to have. I don't know if it's still that way. I think they reduced the amount of hours you need. You need like 2,500 hours and 500 subs at this point to get monetized now on YouTube or something, where it used to be 5,000 hours and 1,000 subs. Back in the day for me, hippies like everybody. It's true. I want to be an animation designer. That's cool. What's my talent? I tried everything, sports and other things. I don't know what's my talent. Talent. Talent is one of those words that's also not something I
Talent
believe in.
isn't as important as skills. The ability to build skill is so much important than what you're inherently given
Yeah.
as far as talent goes.
If you want to grow a talent, just grow the talent of persistence,
Yeah,
right?
that's a good one.
Just remain,
Consistency, follow through.
yeah, get strong. If you think you don't have what it takes, then go and get it, kind of thing, right? Keep showing up for it.
Find what it is that you enjoy doing. Find what it is that like ignites a passion within you and then pursue that.
I think it's also, and I'm thinking about our little friend. He says, I wish I can finally unlock my talent. We find ourselves, especially as kids, in competition with other kids and almost in competition for our parents' affection, right? Where we can see maybe kids that perform, right? Maybe they're good at sports or they're academically gifted. They get celebrated in our society, right, for that. And then in feeling that you don't have those talents. And by the way, I was one of those kids. I wasn't the most academically gifted or the most sporty, right? But I love my life. And I don't feel like I'm any less for having not gotten certifications or plaques or medals or trophies, right, as a kid.
I was a really talented kid, believe it or not. I actually was a really talented kid. I wasn't really super duper sporty. I was not athletic, and I did not like being told what to do. So I was stubborn. And I was talented, though. I was an artist kid. I was the artist. I was the one that everybody knew as, like, the kid that did crazy drawings and stuff. But it didn't make me any more popular. I was still an outcast. I was still kind of like this weird kid. So like
Didn't have the right talent.
talent isn't it's again the thing that like talent isn't is a little bit overrated. Don't worry too much about talents. Focus on your you-ness. Focus on your skill building. That's the thing that's really important. Your adaptability to life. You know.
Love you. I'm just happy that we find ourselves here together, right? Like, as you said, the skills that you've built, in a way, built this space for us to be in right now. And I'm thinking about how you mentioned on that stream when we talked about the art, how it took you decades to earn a living being artistic kind of
Yeah,
thing.
right, literally. And a lot of failures.
Yeah, so much failure. All right. And again, the weight of the decisions. She failed too, but because she kept making the decision to pursue that path, she found herself on the other side of it. Indigo says, in work, I don't know what I want to do. I have always hated that shit in America. Also, in general, I grew up in a dark way where I never grew up. So I never expected to be alive. So I'm just happy to be here. We're happy to have you here, Indigo. Try different shit, even if you've been telling yourself you can't.
Oh, yeah.
So,
One of the most damning things that you can do to yourself is to incorrectly conclude that you cannot do anything about your situation.
yeah. I want to have you in the stream as well.
I think I'm going to have to go into a meeting call here in the next 15 minutes. It's okay, I got 15 minutes, I guess. Hey guys, I'm in my jammies.
I should. At 10,
Yeah.
I'll set the 10-minute timer for
Thank
you.
you.
Now, I guess I would love to go back to being a school custodian, but the car schedule wouldn't work between sharing a car. I loved it. I just hated the distracted district I worked for. There we go. Yeah. Where does the hatred come from? I'm curious. It's kind of hard to find my talent. I'm still looking. Wes. And again, it looking a lot, right? And I feel like I knew this as a child, even without knowing it. My talent was my ability to engage people, right? And it took me coming back from China, so what, 21 years before I realized that I have that, ability. And then I started doing these live streams as an extension of that. Can live stream monetize my channel? What kind of live stream do I start? Whatever, right? It's about watch time. If you want to monetize your channel, you should create content that people want to watch. And then if they do watch it, that every single person, the exact amount of time they spend watching that video will count towards your total. Start. That's the best. Like, just start. I was deliberating if I want to start a YouTube channel since I was 16. I was like a 16-year-old and I was like, yeah, I want to start a YouTube channel. And then I didn't because I was like, what do I have to share? Who's going to listen to me, right? And then it took me another 5 years before I started, where I could have been monetized by the time I started my live streams in this way. But instead, it took me a year and a half to get there. Kickflip the clanker.
And then
Final
it's
cut.
Friday.
Darren, it's nice having you here. It's Friday. Hell yeah. Bro, always looking dapper with these fancy shirts. You like my fancy
I
shirt?
do like this shirt.
I like it too. It's very old at this point, but it's still
Got Birds of
keeping up.
Paradise on it.
Thank you, Final Cut. Meltmore, can you give me some tips how to find my talent?
We're behind in comment.
Probably.
In chat. He's
Yeah.
probably been waiting for that one.
This dude
Hey,
is such a cornball. Nexum is here with us again. Welcome, Nexum. Thank you for joining us. I don't go to school because I gay. That's how it works. Yeah.
Sorry, school didn't accept you.
Aaron is here
We'll accept
saying,
you.
looking mad beautiful today, my black queen. Slay. Thank you. Ah, dude, put a shirt on. That fits. This shirt looks too small. Do I look like
you
a
look extra swole in that extra medium.
extra medium? Is it a medium?
I don't know.
It should be a large.
It's probably a large. It's a large.
Yeah,
Looking
bro.
too thick.
Put on extra large. If the topic today is about me, Dan is here. I know, Mel. I should have planned a trip with a woman I just met. Yeah.
Oh, Dan, it's okay.
Yeah, live with the weight of your decisions.
You were given an opportunity, you considered the opportunity, and you made a decision in time.
Yes. You didn't have to live with the weight of your decisions in a bad way, at the very least. You get to be on the good side of the decision.
I feel like no pun intended.
Way. Oh, I was like, what is she saying? I'm like, oh. Love to you. Yeah. You should have brought your pizza stone, over to our place, rented a car, and come and visited us. I'm sure you will, right? That space
Oh,
will still be available to you when you do make the trip to come through. When I found out what cyclist
was
got excited and tried the sport, but I got into a bad accident and my
that's
collarbone broke.
rough. I'm
I'm sorry to
assuming
hear
that
that.
like you're at least an age where healing is better for you than later.
Mm.
If you're still trying to find your talent. Yeah, don't focus too hard on finding your talent, West. Like don't let that get in the way of enjoying your life. Like enjoy yourself and then the talent don't worry too much about talent. Your skills will build in time with your focus.
Continue to show up in the meantime. All right. Be kind.
Bro, be
Learn
intellectual.
intellectual.
Sorry about your collarbone. I
We
hope you're healing well though, West.
we get Indigo saying, "I love that balance." It took a lot to learn that. I didn't have contrast in my life, just very bad lows forever. I think
Oh,
now I crave the lessons of love to learn what balance and to make up,
and
the
what to make
difference.
up.
All right. So Wei landed in Seoul yesterday at like 5 p.m. She hasn't replied to me. This is the shit I'm talking about, y'all. Even if you're mad at your boyfriend, you need to at least confirm that you've landed
Yeah.
safely.
Yeah. Be
Yeah.
considerate. If
From
somebody cares about you, know that they care about you kind of thing. So you were supposed to be there today. He was
uh
supposed to leave today?
I know that she flew on Wednesday. I think he said he was gonna fly on Friday, right? Or something like
Oh
that.
man.
Yeah. From where I'm sitting, that's someone who is unreliable as a result of an inability to regulate emotions. I
Regulate.
didn't turn his TV on.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was thinking.
emotional regulation is something, unfortunately, that we're not taught the importance of as a developing adult.
Yeah.
It's something that's really important, and as adults, we have to parent ourselves in that way.
And even if you do understand the importance of regulating your emotions, it doesn't make it any easier to do so, right? And some people are better at it than others. Some people have had more practice than others. Some people have it so easy that they've never had to regulate anything, right? Think about that. And if you have really great emotional regulation, huzzah. Even if you gain that ability due to hardship, you're still better for it. We got Angry Otter here with us. Howdy, all you cool kids. Hey, Angry Otter, it's nice having you here. Hello, I'm new. Who are you? I am. I am that I am. That which I am is I am. How about you? Rivals the beat the best. Love is true, and I am myself. Like I can like gesture broadly at all of the things that I do, but who I am is who you see right now. Talent doesn't exist. We have preferences towards certain things, and so we invest in them. My guitar teacher always said Eddie Van Halen isn't talented. He practiced harder than everyone else. There you go. I don't know if I believe that completely,
Well, I mean,
but
that's the movie The Big Year.
even though that's true, some people are talented, right? Like there is such a thing as a talented individual, right? And we can just talk about like physical prowess, the way your muscles, right? Some people are literally double muscled, right? And that makes them inhumanly strong. And then if they wanted to be a football player, suddenly being inhumanly strong, even though they'll still have to practice, right? That part I won't take away. Dan, you're completely right on that part. You still have to put in the practice. You can't just rest on your laurels kind of thing, expect reality to kind of just do it all for you. What is today's topic? The weight of decisions, Christy. I mean, I love you, friend. I know you have been dealing with the weight of your decisions as of late, and we're talking a bit about that today. My brother in law is a farmer. He actually won an award for being outstanding in his field. You got me. That's kind of funny. All kinds of awesome new friends. Must be the sugar in the air. GPT, asking a question. Hey, GPT. My district I worked for was just rich and entitled, and they didn't care for lowly custodians who cleared up their trash, unfortunately. I would like a school district who actually respects my job. I think, even though I hear what you're saying, right, you should respect yourself in the go, right? You should realize that what it is you're doing isn't uh, made less important or more important based on what other people think of it. I feel like that's the lesson that I've been learning about this work that I'm doing as well, is that it is nice, to have people, telling you that you're great sometimes. But if I had to like expect that, right? If I had to only be bolstered by that
Had to rely on
and to
it.
rely on it, if she goes away, right, where am I? Kind of thing. If people do start respecting you, let's say everybody is not respecting you for doing whatever job, and then you move to another place, right, and you do the exact same job, you're bringing with yourself the skills that you've built, right? The stuff that you're doing is still respectable. For example, the people that work the garbage picking up, right? Like I saw them this morning again. I have so much respect for them. They do this twice a week, every week. I was like thinking about their route planning. I was thinking about, do they have multiple vehicles that service different parts of the town? Do they have the same vehicle that service the entire town? Right? Like there is so much in that way, right? Like, and again, I didn't grow up in a world where we had services like that. We had to do that stuff together. So maybe that's where some of my respect comes from. Being taken for granted isn't fun, right? But remember that you are the one. You were the one telling yourself a story about what it is you are seeing.
That divine, unshakable aura of yours.
Yeah.
Allow yourself to just be so what's the word that I'm looking for? Like, sure that what you're doing is what you want to be doing, kind of like finding value in it, what it is that you do, finding meaning in what it is that you do. Oh, the thing that came to me in a meditation sort of the other day was love the things that you love so much that nobody else needs to.
Nobody needs to love you for it, even. We got Dan talking about food, saying he's making creamy Cajun chicken. Melt is going to try to stop, but he does not yet know the power of the darkness.
Creamy Cajun chicken.
You stop talking about food right now. I'm recovering right now. Recover fast, dear friend. Darren says, now I need something to grill. That's right up the alley, Dan. Kiddo, kinda. It's been 4 months.
4 months. Yeah,
Collarbone does
that's
take
a
a
big
while.
one.
We got Hoopy saying, buddy. Hey, Hoops. Welcome back. I think Hoopy got his teeth stuff done. At least I
Yeah?
saw he posted something like free advice with his mouth x-rays on his thumbnail, right? Hoopy, how's that going, bro? Give me advice. How can I ensure that I don't have to go to the dentist? Can you tell me? I've been praying to God to heal me by chance. And like a few days, my arm is kind of back. Nice. Keep praying, friend. Nojo, she returns to Beijing this week. I was supposed to come in June. Then she returns to New York City for her master's in August. Yeah. Well, still, practice is what makes emotional regulation easier.
It's true.
It really is true. I feel like me and you have been practicing in that way together. Some gains? Hell yeah.
Some
Yeah,
gains.
some gains. I'm finna dance in your favorite Hawaiian shirt. Hello,
Do it.
aliens are real, no cap. Some days you feel like a nut. Who's dealing? Yeah, nutty.
Most days,
thoughts
really.
on the Kylian Mbappe. I heard football is massive in America. I don't know who that is.
It's probably a dude.
Probably a
that
soccer
plays
player
football
or football
or
player.
soccer. Thoughts there
Yes.
are open-minded about it because I don't know. We don't know much about
No
sport
judgment.
ball.
No judgment here. Yeah, you should have realized that. what I've been realizing. Who's dealing with the weight of our decisions? I'm realizing, oh, my left arm is kind of small and my right hand is different from my left hand. My right hand is normal. Look at you, having something to be grateful for. I like that you're seeing that. There was really bad burnout in my team. We were really overworked because of the lack of respect for our time and our resource. And staffing is what I was getting at too, I guess.
Yeah, know your worth too. Definitely
Mm,
set up boundaries. That's something that is so important. Is like if you're not gonna treat me with respect, like don't go to places that belittle you. Oh my, I gotta go. It's meeting time. Love you, friends.
love you, Joe. Making sure that she gets to her meeting sometime. Yes. Supporting one another. To I don't know if I'm finishing her point, but to kind of like echo her sentiment, knowing your worth is again like people won't value you. It's better for an employer for you to not know your worth, kind of thing. So it is something that you have to do for yourself. Hey, what's going on, man? What's the topic for today? Today's topic is the weight of decisions combat journey. The weight of decisions will weigh on all of us. Skibby Skloos Claw. Hey, Gabby Goo. It's nice having you. But it's always different garbage. It's always different garbage. But it's the same men that are making an effort, right? That are showing up twice a week to make sure that the space stays clean, right? They do have systems in place, all right? You have to tie your bag and you have to put your trash can on the curb. They won't come inside your house to come and take your trash out for you. And in that way, that's how I get to respect them. I get to respect them by making sure that the bag is closed and that they don't have to touch any dirty stuff, right? And in that way, it's like the little things. Like if I don't respect them in that way, they won't take the bag. They'll be like, "Nah, try again next week." I think it's because of my collarbone, like my muscles got drained out. Uh, get better, friend. Keep doing exercises, right? As soon as you get better, start doing push-ups. That's kind of fucked up, Indy. I always take an extra second to thank and acknowledge the janitors in our building because they support the work that I gotta do. Isn't that humility? Isn't that humility when you respect others? It is. I think so, at least. What kind of philosophy uh, are we cooking up? Basically, the philosophy of love, you know, realizing that all of us have to make decisions in this world and that those decisions are going to weigh heavy on us, no matter what decision we make, right? Even if we make the correct decision, that correct decision might end up influencing our world in a way that is difficult on others, right? And in that way, it's a matter of awareness. If you can make a decision out of love, you can realize afterwards in hindsight that what you did is net good, right? It's like that's love is true. It's my philosophy essentially. Not every office needs a server support engineer, but every office needs staff to maintain the facility. That's beautiful, Dan. I feel like that's the thing that you can like put in your pipe and smoke and the go is like, yeah, uh, this building, if you go away, is still going to need me, right? Sure, I could be replaced too by someone else that can do the same job, but someone needs to do this job, right? It has to be that way. I was taken for granted at my old job, and he did something about it. Gabadoo was like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna take me for granted." Gets more skills, gets better job. You know, that's some power right there. That was the root of it, though. That's kind of what it came down to, though. I was actually one of the few that stuck out the longest, even though I had chronic illness, having seizures in the classrooms and getting back and then cleaning without going home, and still giving as much as I could until I couldn't. I was having my job threatened though, all that, and still getting personal compliments. There we go, nice. But the professional complaints along with the team through the district. Crazy times. I'm happy that you still got compliments still, friend. All right, I try and be as kind as I can to people that are in service of our lives. All right, it's not that hard. It really is not that hard. When your dentist appointment, Melt, I'll tell you, just don't go. That's the advice, Hoopty. I don't know if that's good advice, bro. I'm sorry. I had a dentist appointment last year around this time, right? Was it? Yeah, it was last year around this time where they removed all of my wisdom teeth. All right. I think they pulled 3 teeth out of my face. It was not a vibe, but I'm happy they did it. You two are marriage? Yep, we're marriage. BSF joining us too. Got to go. It's 3 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, you shouldn't be staying up that late. You talk like a dramatic vampire. Ah, I wonder why. I'm trash. Will you take me out? Gobbledygoo. Thank you for being here and sharing. Thank you for being here with us. Hoopty hoops. Can I get an ABF in the chat, y'all? Always be farting. Nah, I'm saying I do. I do. This morning was a farty morning from me. Then ABF and I'll take you out to a nice dinner. If making alterations that can have an impact on others, I like to get their point of view. That's good. You can't always, right? Sometimes you'll have to make decisions like cutting the grass, for example, right? The weight of the decision of cutting your grass might mean that there's less flowers for the bees to go and eat, right? However, as soon as you cut the grass, the little robins will be on your yard catching all of the little worms that are now a little bit more visible to them. I couldn't have consulted the robins and I couldn't have consulted the bees. And even if I could, I would have so much information in my mind that I would be in an option paralysis kind of space. So I have to take on the weight of the decision onto myself, knowing that there will be consequences, and also knowing that I'm making the decision from a place of love, right? The love for my community, the love for my neighbors, all right? They like that. They want the space to be maintained, right? A certain status quo has to be maintained. And in that way, we help. Farting is true. Love is fart. I'm gonna stop. When good news, well, good news, bad news. Nobody's gonna have a job in like 6 years. AI on automation is gonna take it, so we don't have nothing to worry about. Lol. Yeah, huzzah. UBI, here we come. Or not even UBI. What's the new thing? U UHI, universal high income. All of us are gonna be stacked out of our minds. There will be so much abundance that eventually everything will become free. And I do actually believe that is possible. I really do. Right? If we automate to the point where the robots literally have to start working for themselves, that's going to be the new economic layer. All right. And the bottom economic layer is going to be like foundational. Right? Like you need a foundation to build a building on top of it. Right? And technically, the best foundation is the earth. And the earth is here for us. 3, 2, 1. I tried. I can't do it. Senses going in overload. I'm at the Motel 6 right now. Good luck, dear friend. We got Cinderella and we got hate. Are you on steroids? No. But thank you for asking. What is happening? Yeah. Yeah, Sam. Indeed. And you have taken the weight of the sunscreen upon your face. I have no sunscreen on my face right now, but I probably should. That window is very open, and the UVs are definitely coming in. Sam, are you AI? Partially. We are artificial intelligences, right? Our intelligence, we are intelligent, all of us, as human beings. However, the intelligence that we find ourselves being right now is artificial. It's been influenced by books, it's been influenced by computers, influenced by teachings that literally was pixels on a screen, right? It was a person, technically on the other side, but still artificial. And why is no one talking about it? Because nobody knows. Nobody actually knows. Mr. Hunt. Hunt Mike. Yeah, you thought you could get me. Not so easy. My AI is too sophisticated. I'm spotting these patterns before they can arise. Hoops, Indian garb, y'all embracing the AVF with more elegance and grace than I could have ever had. That was true. I don't think so. We are rehiring humans, being AI, performing sucks. Preforming sucks. I don't know what that means. AI is going to be an electric meter that we will buy. AI centers won't be sustainable, at least currently, to the levels that we're talking about. They're going to be in space very soon. We're going to build AI data centers and manufacturing on the moon within the next 20 years. All right. And again, if you turn the resources we have into compute, if you think about how much we've already been doing in a societal sense, everything, literally. And like I want you to really absorb this point. Everything that you know, everything that you cherish, everything that you love is a consequence of intelligence. Right? Think about that. Everything. Everything you love. Like look around your room. If there was no intelligence, it would not be. The couches, the pillows, the books, the cups, the technology, the TV, the lights, all of that is a consequence of intelligence. And we are now living in an age where we are growing that intelligence in an external way. And we can put electricity into that system, and then we can elicit intelligence from the rocks. We take a dead matter, and then it thinks, right? And it can help, right? And that's the way I see it, is humans are smart, right? But not all of us. At least not everybody is as smart as everybody else, right? The intelligence that begot all of these things that we like is of a higher level. The intelligence that it takes to build these cell phones that we're using right now, no one human possesses. All right, just think about that. It's impossible. It's impossible for a single person to be intelligent enough to understand and be able to implement every single system that make these things possible. However, the AI that we're building is. If you give it access to the manufacturing, you give it access to the supply chain, and you give it access to the kind of like systems of design, it is intelligent enough to hold all of that information at the same time and improve things at a rate that humans can't even hope to. Like, even if you wanted to, even if you became 50% more intelligent, 100% more intelligent, 1000% more intelligent, we human beings we cannot keep up with that level of intelligence. And if we see it as that, we don't see it as just AI data centers, we don't see it as something sucking water or sucking electricity, we see it as something outputting intelligence, then it becomes hopeful again, right? At least it's hopeful for me. I really am hoping that it's going to become a better place. Mike, no, he doesn't think he's smart. Does this guy just dribble to sound smart? I sound smart to you? Thanks. That's nice of you to say, Mike. Sorry for the chaos. It's true comment. Chaos is true, right? But there would not be any chaos if there wasn't love first. At least I believe, right? Love is a fundamental force, right? Love is, again, something that's been like kind of co-opted by our society as something exclusively romantic. And it can be. Love can be romantic. However, I see love as almost like a state of consciousness, that love is the reason consciousness opens its eyes, right? However, as soon as you open your eyes, because of love, suddenly you realize that there's chaos, which is also true. Why would he take that incredibly important job away from you? Yeah, I don't know what I'd do. Intelligence, as in intelligence or AI intelligence, there is no difference, Indigo. Intelligence is a quality of mind that arises, right, alongside information and the application thereof. And these AIs that we're building is very sophisticated in taking information and applying it. My life is a total mess right now. It'll get better, Fred. What are you doing to make it better? Right? Are you sleeping enough? Are you eating your macros? Are you trying to eat whole foods? Are you drinking enough water? Are you exercising? Right? Your life might be a mess, but if you can start building, whoa, the clouds are crazy looking. Suddenly I was like, yay! That is the most interesting texture I think I've seen in clouds before. I don't know if it will translate on the camera perfectly. And I don't think it does. Not exactly. But it looks almost biological. Yeah, I think now you can see it kind of. Very interesting textures. Man, I like reality. Chaos, that's literally chaos out there. And yet we can look at it and be like, I love that. Oh, whoa, yes, chaos true, but actually love truer. Mine too. Love to you, Christy. You guys want to organize? Now you're demotivated and overwhelmed and surrounded by crap, aren't you? I usually keep my relationships very, very, very private and don't share, but I just need to. You're welcome to, dear friend. Right? I feel like this is like a third space, right? Where even though you might share things personal, it's still impersonal in the way where you won't have people judging you the way people might be able to judge you if they were in the same space as you. And even though we are technically in this same hyperdimensional space, we don't have that same attachment to it. Wish we could do what they do in the movies. I don't think that would be good, right, for any of us. And if it was the case, I'd come for you first. And I am very creative. Dangerously creative, even, Mike. I got into an argument with my husband. I'm not happy. I just don't know how much longer I can try to be. GBs. Oh, Christy. I think it's okay to get into arguments sometimes. Me and Joe have been very pragmatic and aware of the fact that we don't always have to agree, right? That's been the big thing for me and her. Unhappiness sometimes arises in the lack of agreement, but we still know that love is true, right? The underlying force that we're showing up for day after day is that love. We're not showing up with one another to agree with each other at all times, right? It is apt and appropriate for us to agree on certain things, right? The general trajectory of our lives. For example, I'm sure your husband wants the best for your kids, right? I'm sure your husband wants you to be happy, right? I'm sure he wants that. Even though he might do things that make you unhappy, he still wants that. And in that way, that part, I believe, remains true. Right, I think both of you are aligned in the fundamental ways, even though the technicalities might be different. Oh, I'm getting stupid. I think I got half of that. You can go back and listen again. How's your mom and them? Good, actually, Hoopy. Really good. I had a phone call with them yesterday. They were on their way to, and actually, I can like give them some credit. My parents did remember my birthday. They did call me directly after stream. My mom and my dad were in the car on the way to Nampu. It's a convention for farmers in South Africa, one of the biggest conventions in South Africa, where they present equipment and solutions and sometimes natural biopesticides. There's a word for it where you introduce insect species to an environment to help deal with invasive insect species, kind of thing. And my brother, working in the maize crushing industry, he kind of presented their company's products as well. And my parents went to go and see them. They're doing well, Hoopy. They did remember my birthday. It was nice of them too. They're doing well. I think maybe at least we can build to scale what we want by like 2030, like we want. We underestimate what we can do in 5 years, and we overestimate what we can do in one, right? I think we're on our way, Indigo. It's just a matter of time. I love him so much. He's the love of my life, but I don't know how much longer I can live like this. It's so hard. I'm sorry, dear friend. Christy, I can't imagine how hard it must be. You mind me asking how old your kids are? I don't think I've ever asked, but I think that also is a part of the weight of that decision, right? You understand that, separating from your husband is going to influence the lives of others. 3 other lives will be heavily influenced by a decision like that. And it doesn't make it any easier. In fact, I think it's probably the difficulty that you're dealing with might even have something to do with your state of being as well, how happy you are. We have to like triple our electric grids and other stuff. No, we don't. Indigo. Literally, SpaceX is already selling compute to Anthropic. Right? They've signed the contracts, which means very, very, very soon, and I'm saying within the next 3 years, we're going to start building AI data centers in space. Right? And every single one of those satellites that have the AI chips inside of them will be powering themselves with sunlight and outputting their radiative heat into the void of space instead of needing to be cooled down by water. Right? So we don't have to triple our energy grids. We're going to put AI compute where we don't have energy grids. Right? Have you shared with us the context of your argument, Christy? He works long hours, and I know it's so that he can provide for us. He leaves for work at 10 and doesn't get home until 9 p.m. almost every night. It's so exhausting with the 3 little kids. Yeah. I can't imagine how hard it must be, Christy. All right. My mom went through something very similar, and she was also very unhappy, right? But I do believe that if she had left my dad at that point of the height of her unhappiness, my life would be significantly worse today, right? I'm not saying that that's the case necessarily for your 3 little kids, but finding things to be grateful for, right? As you said, like he is trying to provide for all of you. I'm sure that maybe that could be the space that you need to live into, like understanding that he's probably also unhappy. He probably wants to spend more time with his kids. He probably wants to spend more time with his wife that he loves, right? And the fact that he has to work to make sure that the kids have food to eat, have clothing on their backs, have, the finances to go to school. I'm sure that all of that weighs heavy on him too. I'm definitely nervous about the future, Melt. I ain't got a lot of you between the automation and where AI is going. It could be very bad, but maybe you're right. Maybe we'll do UBI. We'll have to. That's the thing, right? Like, again, there's something like a civil unrest. And if people cannot afford food, like, that's the thing. Hungry people are dangerous people. Real dangerous. And they get real dangerous real quickly. And in America specifically, most of the people have guns, right? And you can't. You cannot fight. You cannot fight 100 million human beings, right? The people in power are but thousands. Thousands. If you're dealing with the hundreds of millions of angry human beings, things fall apart like that, right? We will eat what remains, kind of thing, if we're hungry. So it's going to be, at least in my mind, a matter of inevitability, right? Things have to go that way. And those hours are rough, Christy. I'd be pissed too. My email is in my profile. You can send Hoopy an email if you want. I know AI is performing so poorly for basic level customer service jobs that they are rehiring humans because their data shows a 60% reduction in that sort of stat thing. I'm sort of crashing. Sorry. It's okay. You don't have to apologize. That statistic might be true, right? And good that people are being rehired into those positions. Like, that's a fantastic statistic. However, what AI is being used for right now primarily is in design, right? In biological design, in chip design, in architectural design. That's where AI is performing well. And in code, it's really good at code. It's really good at math, right? It might not be good at human relations. That's what humans are for. We are good at human relations. The AI doesn't have to do that. You don't have to be intelligent. And in fact, right, a very intelligent person sometimes is a little bit socially inept. They don't know how to deal with people in a way that the other person feels considered, right? If you're too much in your logical mind and ask me how I know, you can seem like an asshole, right? So having that emotional intelligence is something that we as human beings get to exclusively hold on to. That is our birthright. He was annoyed when he got home last night because I didn't fold the laundry. He had dinner and homework and more laundry, picking the kids up and cleaning. It's a lot. I'm sorry, Christy, that you're not feeling appreciated either. Again, me trying to like hold both perspectives. I'm sure that he's also, as you said, unhappy, right, with things as they are, where he probably would like to be home more, be able to help you with the laundry too. I try, I'm trying to be intelligent. It's good that you are, friend. Indigo, take your rest and activities as you need to. Hello, Jemo. Thank you for joining us. Or Simo. Simo Zelshi. It's a cool name. Blessings to you, friend. I don't know if I can picture this being the rest of my life. It won't be. Christy, this too shall pass. Everything is impermanent, right? 20 years from now, your kids won't be in the house anymore, right? Like, this is my perspective now as an adult looking at my parents. My parents, even though my entire childhood, they were relentlessly fighting, and I had to mediate their fights, right? Because it was a thing where my dad would, after coming home at 8 p.m. from his work, would get undressed and leave his clothing on the floor, and then my mom would fight him about that. Like, fucking don't throw your clothing on the floor, put it in the washing basin, right? Now, in hindsight, both of them desperately miss us, right? They miss us kids. They miss that reality that they fought over their whole lives, right? They miss it. So in that way, Christy, try and find the good. Try and find the special moments with your kids. Try and find the smiles that you bring them. Bring lightness into the relationship wherever you can. Indigo, you exude intelligence. You're fine. There we go. Dream. I'm just going through some seizure med side effects that just hit me, and I'm trying to manage alone. You're not alone, dear friend. I don't understand anything, but I'm watching it anyway. Chemo, goodbye. It was nice having you. It was quick. I'll go away. It'll go away in the next 15 to 30 minutes or so. Christy, I'm not married or have kids, but I have chronic illnesses and my partner works, and it sucks managing time together and stress. I'm sorry you're going through this. They're 9, 5, and 4. Yeah. 20 years from now, they'll be 24, 25, and 29. They'll be older than me, right? And 20 years will pass quick. 20 years will pass quick, right? This year has already been flying by for us. And as we get older, time passes faster. You're absolute. Yes, absolutely. I can't imagine breaking our family apart. My kids will be absolutely crushed. I've been trying. Christy, friend, I'm happy that you're here with us today, right? I don't know if I'm making it better, but I can feel that you're going through a lot and know that you're loved, right? I know that your husband loves you too. Him complaining about the laundry doesn't mean that he loves you any less. Probably just means that he's worried as well about having clean clothing, right, to go to work again tomorrow, because he wasn't there to wash it himself. Like he didn't have the time to kind of do that for himself, right? So maybe it was his own ego, his own frustrations that made him kind of like say something, right? And again, you're not wrong in feeling unappreciated either. And this too shall pass. I'm sure that there will still be many good moments, reason to love one another in the future. But how crushed? Not so much that they couldn't bounce back, maybe. I am the house bitch. And some weeks I don't do anything, and my roommate doesn't have energy after work, and his own neurological stuff too. It's a big struggle during burnouts, lets out the arguments. Yeah, exactly. I send my heart out to you, and I send to you strength during these times. I don't have kids or a marriage, but I'm open if you want to talk to me. Thanks, Indy. I put it into consideration, and it's definitely heavy on him too, and I just don't want to make it even heavier. I feel you, friend. Goodbye, Asper. Thank you for joining us too. Thank you for sharing this with us. Right. I feel like this fractal that you're going through, like you've been dealing with a lot too. Like I think maybe that's something to consider, Christy, is that it's not just it's not just the laundry thing, right? You're not unhappy just because of how busy he is. You've also very recently gone through tumultuous experiences with your dad, and then even more recently with your mom, right? And it is like you felt unconsidered by your dad, right, as it relates to your kids, and then you felt unconsidered by your mom as it relates to your kids, and then you felt unconsidered by your husband. And even though his inconsideration might have been just not seeing all of the things that you're doing in the home, all of that baggage adds momentum to the way in which you're feeling, right? And then we can feel like we're gonna lose our minds. We're gonna be like, "Fuck, I'm gonna do something about it. I'm gonna do something." Breathe. That's the best thing we can do, right? I've noticed, right, in those heightened moments where you can feel you're like really on that cusp of an argument, really get quiet in yourself and breathe instead. Take 5 breaths, right? After hearing that, why isn't the laundry washed? You're like, yes. Funny how we're all going through stuff, but MeltMore is like eating what remains like that. I don't know what that means, Whoopie, but yes. Nom, 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 nom. I'll eat though. Bet your ass, so I'll eat it. I am no stranger to difficult experiences. AI is only okay at code. It makes a lot of mistakes. People that use AI for code just don't know enough to check. AI writing code creates a lot of security issues, which is too dry historian, but it's getting better. It is getting better, right? It is like the average person, right? And again, that's the thing that you have to consider. There is billions of human beings on Earth, and if you have to average it out, the average person doesn't know anything about code, wouldn't be able to write hello world, right? have hello world output onto the screen. I can't do that. I used to be able to. I don't think I can right now. If you give me a terminal, I probably won't be able to even write that code, right? And that's like literally coding, like the first thing you ever learn about how to code. AI is better than that by a lot. By a lot, right? AI is good enough right now to design entire systems, to design the front end and the back end. And even though there might be security issues, it knows how to. It knows how to do that stuff. And that's kind of like where it is we're going. More and more of that intelligence is going to permeate our experience. When you talk about electricity, it sounds like the air is the problem. Like air is the problem, and more the workload than is having 3 children. It is just a difficult space in time. I know I slack here and there. I'm just exhausted, and I wake up when he's gone, and he comes home, and then it's time for bed. And he probably needs to sleep as well, because if he doesn't sleep appropriately, he'll be so exhausted at his work that he'll perform poorly, right? Many good ones for sure. What's up with the Kramer from Seinfeld hairdo? I actually love that. That's a compliment to me. Even though a Kramer from Seinfeld isn't exactly a good guy, my dad used to call me Kramer before all of the controversy came out. I don't even think my dad knows about the controversy, but he used to like call me Kramer. I do have that kind of experience to myself as well. Maybe it's more the kind of person begets the haircut versus the haircut begets the kind of person kind of thing. Christy, maybe you could bring up what you're feeling and give your husband the place to open about his perspective too. And you could go from there, and that way you can be a team and not against each other, right? Literally the whole fractal of me and you versus the problem, instead of it being you and me versus each other. I'm gonna be back in a second. I need to return water to the universe. I'll turn my microphone off so you don't have to listen in. Back again. Oh, this thing is dead. I'll have to put it in charge. I am returning. It's been a little bit coolish outside actually for a while now. Talking about, I'm gonna make sure Jo is warm. I think she's in the car for her meeting. Gonna take her a blanket. She appreciated it. That's wholesome. Mambe. Hey Pedro, welcome. We have over and over. I know he can change the way he supports us. I'm just tired of waiting. I'm not welcome here. It's so obvious. It's just an observation. You don't think so? You know how easy it is for me to make sure you can't come back, Hoopy? Really easy, right? Like it takes this. And then I don't have to see you ever again. If you were not welcome here, I would do that. Like that. The fact that you are welcome here means that you are here, right? So your observation is wrong. I'm sorry to say. Don't believe things that are untrue, especially if it's not going to bring you joy, right? If you want to believe something that's not true and it brings you joy, by all means, right? But if you believe something that's untrue and it brings you sadness or feelings of separation, don't. How about you stop? That's just not true about AI writing code. A skilled programmer, a skilled programmer can build an app in a quarter of the time they use to. That's totally secure. It's about knowing the tech. There we go. Okay. Dan was like talking about AI is good at writing code, even in a secure way. But it is, as he said, you do have to have the skills, right? You have to know what the code does. And you can test. You can test the security of code. All right. Like we have systems in place that tests the security of code. Knowing the tech, meaning the tech you're using to build an app, and knowing how to prompt the model properly. Exactly. Hi, Eman and Susha. You have a beautiful personality, brother. Thank you, friend. He carries a great light within. I try. It's not always easy, all right? I think it's one of those things where I am my own worst critic. And like when I hear things that call that into question, or it makes me feel like I've been falling short some way or another, I try and like reapply my focus. This light that we carry is ours, right? I see it as like the topic of enlightenment. Enlightenment doesn't mean that you now suddenly will never suffer again, will find yourself completely floating 2 inches off the ground forever, right? Floating so much so that you can't even step on a thorn. Enlightened means understanding that you are as a beam of light from the sun. And we all share that same source. Hey, Zoe, stop. I'll come and check on you, but you can't just scream. You can't just scream about stuff, bro. What's happening in here? Huh? What's happening? Huh? You want out? Are you a good girl? I see you eating your veggies. That's good. Literally polished. Polish that veggie bowl. Lick the sidewalls of that veggie bowl even. Yeah. 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 Here. Step up. Step up on my knee. You're like, no, I don't want to step up on my knee. I want to step up here on this. Are you from America? No. I am from the internet. And before that, I was from South Africa. Beautiful bird, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. Balas Malia. Hoopy, is your first language Cajun? I struggle a bit understanding your syntax. What type of bird is that? It's a blue and gold macaw. You are a good girl. Where are you on your way to? You want to go somewhere? Hello. 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 I just realized there's a dino balloon behind you. It's cute, yeah, right? It's my birthday dino balloon. I put it up there so that it can be a part of these streams. Yeah, it is super cute. It's wearing a birthday hat even. Come on. You are a good girl. Come on. Come on. Come on, Zoe. Come on. Step up. Come on. Love the plants. Thank you, friend. It is my wife's doing. We do have to like do some maintenance. And the scarf. There's so much love. Come on. Yeah, come here. You want to go bye-bye? You want some cookies? Come step up. Step up. Come on. He's like, oh, do I want to step up? Do I want to? Come on, bring your little feetsies here. Come on. Hello, Zoe. What is that silly burb doing? He's just being silly. Come on. Wow. Say bye-bye. Bye. Good girl. Give me a kiss. Mwah. He's a good birdie. You want some cookies? Yeah. He's like, yeah, give me a cookie. I'd like a cookie. How old is the bird? He's 32. He's a 32-year-old dude. He's older than me. Little waddles are so cute. Little waddles. Happy, happy. Happy, happy. Happy, happy. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's get you a cookie, okay? You're such a sweetie bird. You're such a sweetie bird. Ooh, there's already an ant here. That's nice. Wow. Wow.
Want a cookie?
You want cookie? God damn. 34, 32. He's 32 years old. Don't you be licking my fingers. You can't be licking my finger like that. Say bye-bye. What the fuck was that? You've never done that before. Grips my lip with his little foot. You want to give me a high five? Give me a high five. Wow. Good girl. And do me a spin. Do a spin. Wow, 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 wow. Good girl. Let's go bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Bye. That's a good girl, Zoe. There you go. Sweetie bird. Enjoy your cookie, okay? I should probably give you some fresh pellets. Let me give you a fresher pellet. There we go. Cold pressed vegetal pellets. There you go, sweet bird. Enjoy your cookie. Good, good girl. Like legit. This is what his bowl looks like afterwards. If I give him, like, he gets a vegetable meal in the mornings, and he just polishes this bowl. Knowing what he likes. He's sweet. He said, hush it, Melt, and give me the cookies. Like, shh, shh, shh. I love that try. That's so cute. He's adorable. Me and him have built a relationship. We had it was a little bit touch and go there for a second. He did bite me. Like, he's bitten me twice in a way that it actually hurt, like, for multiple days. The first time, he was on Joe's hand, and then she, like, prompted me. He was lifting his foot. He does this thing where he lifts his foot, and then he wants to, like, step up, is the word we use. And then he was doing that, and Joe was like, okay, yeah, I think he wants to step up. And then I held my arm out like this, and then he, like, bit down. And I like take cold showers and stuff, so I have trained my nervous system to not react to intense stimuli. So as he was, like, biting down on me, he was, like, biting me and looking at me to see if I'm reacting. And then I didn't react, like, not even flinching. I was like, and then he bites more, like, bites down harder on me, and I still don't react. And then he pulls away, and it was like this. What just happened? We put him in his cage, and we kind of, like, disengaged for a couple of hours. And when he came out again, you could see he had this energy of, like, I don't know, maybe it's anthropomorphizing, but he looked like he was apologetic, like he was feeling bad for having hurt me. I had a big bruise on my arm for like 2 weeks. And then the second time, he was like above me, right? Eye level above me. And then I was trying to get him down, and then he, like, nipped, I think, like, this corner of my thumb. Not a full bite, at least, just like this little fleshy bitty. And it created, like, a little blood spot. And that was like 9, if not 10 weeks ago, and not a single instance since. Me and him have become homies. I was like shit scared of him, like literally scared shitless to try and get close to him because he can literally take your fingers off. All right, if he tries, he'll take this finger right off. It's like a pair of metal pliers that has sentience. So I was well aware of that fact, and it took me a long time to build a rapport with him because they're sensitive and they're very intelligent, and they sometimes you'll literally have to spend years trying to build rapport with them before they'll trust you enough to feel safe around you. But I feel like because of those moments, because of him literally trying to decimate my arm and me not freaking ninja uppercutting him, right? I think it kind of like established really quickly in him that biting me begets no more fun, right? That's the way, because I did kind of like engage with the teachings. I was like, what does the science say about how you're supposed to engage with these birds? And they say that if they bite you or something like that, you shouldn't give them like a loud reaction, like throwing your arms up and screaming, oh, pain. Don't do that, right? You only give them stimuli when they're behaving in ways that's beneficial to the harmony of the space. And since I've been doing that with him, he understands how to get what he wants from me, and I got a good relationship with him. He's not a pet, he's a person. He's a person in a little bird body, and he can say very few words, but he has a will of his own. He has wants and needs. We put a TV up there and there for him that he basically has like a view into some sort of nature scene. He gets to watch the burbies. We moved his cage in a way since I got here that he has like a better view out the window, and that's his favorite spot. He'll sit in that spot and he'll just watch out the window, Burby TV. So yeah, I don't know anyone named Howie. You didn't watch The Boys. How long have you had Zoe for? I have not had Zoe for very long, since I've only been here for like going on 4 months now. But Joe has had Zoe for 5 years, like since the start of the RPAN or around that time. And he outlived his previous owner. His previous owner was a 80-year-old lady, and she unfortunately passed away. Then he went to a different person, and they were like smoking cigarettes inside and feeding him literally French fries. They were just like, oh yeah, I could have a bird. They never let him out of his cage because he would be upset. He was Joe showed me some videos of him the first time that he ever allowed her to scratch his head. And that might have been the first time he's ever had his head scratched. And you can see he's like, in his nervous system, like, is this okay? Am I okay? Is she gonna hurt me? Do I like this? Can I like something? And like seeing him now in comparison to how he was 5 years ago, he's like a completely different bird. He's so happy at this point in his life. So yeah, me and him have built a relationship. He's trained you, Melt. No. Like I have built a relationship with him, Sam, because I don't know if you remember how regularly he would scream in streams, right? Think back. You can even go and check. It was very constant, all right? And he wouldn't stop until he got what he wanted. Now he has a little bit more respect for the space, all right? His screams per stream is down to like one, at most two, where it wasn't that way, right? I would just have to like sit through the screaming, and he would keep screaming until he got what he wanted. Now he doesn't, because he's happier, and it's because there is a relationship that's been built in that way. Bird bites hurt. I had it happen once. Bird bites hurt a lot. It's like pure keratin putting into your flesh. Why is your hair curly? Because when your hair comes out of your scalp, it has a bunch of different shapes that it can take. The more round the actual follicle is, as it gets 3D printed out of your scalp, the more straight that hair is. And the more oval that hair comes out, it starts to twist, right? So because of my genetics, my mom and my dad had a little bit of a curl in his hair, and my mom had a little bit of a curl in her hair. And then by their genetics coming together, like those two forces must have amplified each other. And then me and my sister had very curly hair. My two other brothers have straight hair, which is very interesting as well. My I think like 6 generations ago, grandma was Indian as well. So I don't know if that had something to do with it. I do have to have my DNA tested so I can like find out exactly what my genetic lineage is. So true. I came with this gay today. Got any advice? Uh, Show up for love, dear friend. That's the best advice I can give. My cat did that shit, and it like, does it hurt yet? My cat did that shit. Like, does it hurt yet? Bites you. It's like, is it hurting? Are you getting hurt right now? Zoe said, I own this house, and you'll respect your elders. I Oh, it's raining. I very much kind of like built a space, right, in that way where he knows that there's a certain amount of respect that he has to have for me. Otherwise, he doesn't get what he wants, right? If he's a stinker, he stays in the cage, right? It's like, no skin off my bone. But if he's good, if he's nice, if he respects the relationship we've built, then he gets what he wants. Right? I make him his vegetable melody every morning, right? And he'll sit on my shoulder while I make his vegetables, and he'll scream. He'll be like, come on, give me my vegetables already." And I'll be like, "Be patient, though. You be calm." Were you not paying attention the day you did Punnett squares in biology class? Punnett squares? Ain't that? Hey, my love. How was your meeting? Good. Cool. Love you. It's nice that it's raining outside right now.
Yeah, just got here just in time.
Right, I was actually worried about you having to walk out there. Oh, what kind of Indian? Like from India, kind of Indian. Punnett squares explain genetic possibilities of a trait. The Punnett squares with the beans. Isn't those beans? Peas, right? The peas, the pea, the pea pods. I think it's pea pod plants, where they would in the Punnett square. This one would have bigger peas. This one would have more vigorous growth, and then they genetically get them to mix, and then this one would have this genetics, right? I think that's the Punnett squares things you're talking about. King of shit mountain. Hey, lone buffalo, what's up with you, friend? You throwing shit? It seems like it. Yes, the pea pods. Look at me being educated and stuff. Buffalo, the whole community is down here holding the ladder for you. All you gotta do is climb down off your troll dookie and join the rest of us. That's where the King of Shit Mountain comes from. Yeah, lone buffalo. Have you not realized that you're not going to get very far, at least in this space, with the negativity? There's a better way. There's a better way. Recessive and dormant traits, exactly. Pea pods. Who was Gregory Mendel for 300? Is that a whose line is it anyway kind of joke TV show? Oh, gee, Melt about to hit 2,000 subs. You're right, bro. I'm so close. I did it? I think I'm about. He said about. I'm like 5 subs away from 2,000. It's true. Took me.
So you were like 4 subs away or something?
Exactly, yeah. Very close. Very close now. I am excited to hit 2,000. It's true. The only one allowed to troll here is Jovan. Yeah, Jovan and Dan apparently. Like Dan is. Yeah, Dan doesn't know. Not Dan.
Never trolled.
Dan would never do such a thing.
Dan knows how to troll.
Man, Dan is just like actually dumpster diving to get corn dogs. Real.
That's life hacks.
Life hacks.
He's giving us advice.
He's giving us very useful life advice. You know, you want free food? Find your closest dumpster. You might have to fight a couple of raccoons. You know,
Yeah, do all of the people at the buffet a favor and give them their corn dogs too.
Yes, exactly. All right. Oh my goodness, I'm just imagining that's where the corn dogs came from. It's like dumpster corn dogs. The dumpster corn dogs. My brain, kid, my brain, please. Oh, please. Christy being like, please, my brain. No, Rose just doesn't want to admit that she loves my humor. There has been zero negativity. Do not cast aspersions upon me, friend. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you being here alone. We actually talked about you yesterday, me and Joe.
Lone Buffalo?
Yeah, about this guy's a maniac. Maybe. Maybe just a little bit of a maniac. It's a reference to Jeopardy and the father of genetics. Dan is the biggest troll I know. My brain is on weekend mode already. It is Friday after all. Sometimes I just have to yell at him to shut up. Hey, Walter. Thank you for joining us too, friend. Hope you're well. My days are always busy. It's just been heavy, but I'll be Gucci. We know you will, Christy. I hope again that this space has brought you some calm, some love, some presence. Know that you're appreciated, right? Know that. Know that. I'm sure your kids appreciate you. I'm convinced that your husband appreciates you. And I'm sure this too shall pass. This hard time that you're going through right now
As long as
will
you
get
don't
better.
stick your finger in his belly button.
Don't stick your finger in your husband's belly button, you know. But other than that, you're gonna be completely fine. Thank you. It really helped. I'm happy that it did. I appreciate you, friends, for joining me. I think it's time. It feels like it's come to the natural time. She's laughing at the belly button comment. Good. My water butter is there as well, sorry. Join me. There we go. She's back again. Well, I missed you yesterday. Was very busy with work. Lone Buffalo is a programmer as well, I think, actually. Yeah. It's interesting how many programmers find themselves
On the internet?
on the internet and also just gravitating around me. Maybe it's not gravitating around me, but it's more a matter of like, that's the people I like to associate with. Christian, programmer. David,
Johan.
programmer. Johan, programmer. Heinrich, programmer. Literally all my friends are programmers. I think Dan technically is a programmer too. All right, Lone Buffalo, programmer. Oh wow,
Computers.
computers! I love computers. Yeah, me too, dude. I really, I like. I've been very. Oh, your dozies are so
Everything's
cool.
cold. My
Like I was like, I went and put a jacket on, and then I put a jacket on, and as I put the jacket on, I was like looking for you, and I saw you not next to your computer. I was like, you didn't go to the room. I'm like, oh, I think she's in the car, and it's 10 degrees Celsius outside, and I was like, and she left the car keys, so she can't start it to keep it warm in there. I was like, I think she's cold. Happy that I brought you a blankie. Did you feel like you needed it in that moment?
Yeah, I wasn't really too thinking about it, but once I got the blanket, I'm like, yeah, I needed this, didn't I? And now you can feel my.
Yeah, her toes are cold right now.
Yeah, I'm
Shame.
always cold.
I'm happy that I had the thought to keep you warm. All right, Deco Boshafalis, thank you for the love, dear friends. One of you friends now need to tell me when to stop so that I can pull a card. Computers. Let's see. Let's see. What card will it be? Cease. There it is.
Cease, says Christy K. Ooh, pretty.
With what you've
upside
been
down.
what you've been going through,
There it is.
Christy, you're gonna get schooled right now. You're gonna get so schooled in the good way, right? In the becoming more educated and
This is
skilled.
pretty. You know,
It's a gorgeous card.
you've not pulled this one since I've seen this. I've not really actually looked through this deck much, but
It's like a forest cathedral. There's a dove that is at the top of a DNA spiral, spiraling down. There's a chameleon in that card. Can you see it? Have you spotted the chameleon? Look for it. This card is called Sanctuary. I don't know if you heard what Christie's fractal is.
with her mom.
Just like struggles at home a little bit, you know. And I feel, even though you do have to stay home right now, Christy, for a lot of it, and you're expected to cook and clean and kind of like maintain the space, you are creating a sanctuary for yourself, for your husband, and for your kids. There's the chameleon.
I saw him down there. It kind of looks like a little frog. But
Little
then you realize,
chameleon.
then you see it's one of those
Horn chameleons, right? I love those. Those are my favorites.
Mm.
Make me
It
think like
begins with a J. What is it? Is it a jaguar chameleon?
a horn chameleon
Is it
is.
just called a horned chameleon?
I'm pretty sure it's just called the horn chameleon. I'm sure there's probably like subspecies that have like more intricate names, but there's a dove at the top of a DNA spiral. And like the way that she painted this to look like cathedral windows, right, in the forest, it's so gorgeous. I just put 4 shots in my coffee this morning. You usually keeps me warm for a couple hours.
Woo! Buffalo.
How about you don't though? How about you drink?
Shots of espresso.
How about you drink creatine instead though? Like creatine would be better for you than whatever shots. Maybe you put like shots of sugar in, but keeping you warm means that it's not sugar.
He's probably talking about espresso.
Yeah, totally. 4 shots of espresso will have you buzzing too. Well, I saw him. Lol. So cute. It's a beautiful card. All right. Now I'll read for you, friends.
Sanctuary. Refugee.
Refuge.
Or refuge. Refuge.
Refuge and renewal. This, should I read the upside down meaning? Ooh, yeah. You did technically pull it upside down, Christy. You did technically pull it upside down. And the upside down meaning goes, you are moving so fast that you are at risk of accidents. Slow down. Jacobson chameleon. There we go. She knows. Thank you, Tomo. I put 10 grams of creatine in there too, 4 shots of whiskey, a heaping tablespoon of creatine, and 16 ounces of concentrated pour-over coffee. Good luck. I'm sure it's going to be an experience, bro. I'm going to definitely have some experience. Buffalo, what the hell? I mean, compounds, right? Yes, I'm going to put compounds in my body. You are moving so fast, you are at risk for accidents. Slow down. It's very apt, huh, Christy? That's the upside down meaning. And now I'll read the right side up one as well. Yeah, and I fast until dinner. This green cathedral is offered as a sacred space and refuge from the world for a time. It invokes the energy of deep connection with nature and represents a place of rest and renewal. DNA spirals connect the peace dove above with the place of heart that dwells within every single one of us. The double helix of our DNA spins in remembrance of our divinity and accelerates our participation in conscious evolution. You have much to do upon the earth. Having 3 kids, jeebies, right? And even if you don't have 3 kids, jeebies, we got a lot to do upon the earth. Realize that however in tune you are with your evolving purpose, however fast you are shifting your paradigms, there will be times when it is necessary for you to retreat in order to renew your vitality and reconnect with your sacred center. I'm getting goosebumps, Christy. Look at that. Literally getting goosebumps right now. Right? You talking about being tired, being exhausted. I'm going to read this part again because I think you need to hear it. Realize that however in tune you are with evolving purpose, however fast you are shifting paradigms, there will be times when it is necessary for you to retreat in order to renew your vitality and reconnect with your sacred center. Set aside time for stillness. Allow a sense of peaceful tranquility to pervade your consciousness. You may want to walk into the forest and listen to the voices of nature. Sit quietly in that energy and feel how your mind is calmed and your spirit renewed. Listen to the messages that you receive in this meditative interval. Allow that simply being is at least as important as all the doing that consumes most lives. If you are unable to be in nature, find a place of sanctuary in your home, church, or city. Use this card to symbolically assist you in evoking a sense of renewal and equanimity. Remember that the emotions of love and compassion influence the harmonics of our heart and the renewal of our life force. Mindfully honor the sanctuary of quiet moments. Damn. Damn. Damn, man. That's pretty apt. I love it. I love when the cards in sniper shot are straight in our hearts. Be stronger every day with both mind and body. Purify your soul and love yourself. As per God, yeah. This is the way. I love that you shared that. Thank you for joining us in this space. I think it was your first time. Tomo Karm said that it's a Jacobson chameleon, Joe.
Ah, there it is.
There it
That's
is.
right.
Buffalo, what the hell? You gonna do some concrete and transmission fluid casserole for lunch? Holy shit. Yeah, and then I'll fast until dinner. I used to roast back when I worked on cars. Some nice shiny gear oil too. I joke about your crankshaft is coming. I can sense it. Love is true. Hoopty hoops, that it is. Cracking your shaft. Too easy, Rose. Get your mind out of the gutter. Crank. Why stupid spell check? Practically speaking, having my mind already in the gutter makes enforcement of the rules here easier. Wow, that really hit hard. You're loved, friend. You're seen. The universe is actively paying attention to your journey, is facilitating your growth, is helping your inner reflection by reflecting to you like a mirror, as Thomas says. So we should have criminals catching criminals and guarding the jails and prisons, deviants. Yeah, exactly. Oh. I mean, again, your mileage may vary. I have long thought that employing the community rake as a sexual health and wellness educator would pay dividends in the long run. I don't know what community rake means, and I think I'm going to pretend like I don't want to think about it. There was a show called Breakout Kings, but it got canceled sadly. There were 4 criminals who got released to join a team and catch criminals. It was good. Yeah, again, all right? If you want to catch a criminal, you're going to think like a criminal. Community rake, that's a new one, Rose. Let's all forget. Let's all forget that terminology. Yes. Yeah, I'm forgetting. It's forgotten. I love it's true. Thank you, friends, for joining me today. It was a pleasure getting to share the space. Go and rest. I hate when he smiles. Why is he laughing so much? Because I'm blessed. I'm blessed with friends. I'm blessed with another day. I'm blessed with rain falling outside right now. I'm blessed with a home. I'm blessed with a wife. I'm I'm so blessed that if I stop smiling, maybe all of it will go away.
Don't let your hatred limit you from your happiness.
There you go. Boom. Go and look for things to be happy about. I do try. Because of people like you, born a star. Yeah, exactly. Choose to smile, even when things are hard. We used to refer to them as bicycles or other gardening tools. Gardening rake is the newest one. Trivium. Heart from your hate. We should always try to smile a bit more. Exactly. My name is Lawada. Welcome, Lawada. Thank you for joining us too. When did smiling get old? I'm smiling right now. I wasn't earlier, but now I am because of everyone here. Boom. You see, the smiles are rippling, permeating. Eventually, all of us will be smiling. Can't stand how happy you are. Love that song, Buffalo. I love you, friends. Thank you for joining here with me. If you can't stand how happy I am, sit down. Maybe meditate a bit. Find some happiness inside yourself. Smiling is cringe? Not here. I appreciate you, friends, for smiling with me. I look forward to sharing more smiles again tomorrow. Goodbye. And I love you. Until we do some more